Ross the Boss here from the Dictators NYC, from Death Dealer, from Ross the Boss Spain. This is the best magazine in metal world. Italian. Hell.
I'm Handsome Dick Manitoba, lead singer of the Dictators NYC, and I fucking love Italian magazine. Love.
Go ahead.
For many years, we've been playing Spain. Don't ask me why. It's a simple answer, actually. We have this promoter, Pepe, who we're his favorite band in the world. So every year he makes a tour of Spain for 3 weeks, and we go, and everyone loves us, and we make money, and we have a great time. And for many, many years, Andy, who wrote the songs, didn't want to keep doing it a lot. He wanted to maybe go to Spain and then stay at the wine orchards and take vacations, and he didn't want to do it like a band. So we all disagreed. And after a while, after many years of not fighting but sort of staying apart on it, having different corners of the room, we decided, because I own a bar in New York for 15 years, and people come from all over the world. When are the Dictators playing? When are the Dictators playing? They don't care that much that all 5 have to be. They just want to see most of the Dictators playing the Dictators songs. And there's a desire, what we call supply and demand. There is a demand for us. We have to supply. It's business, right?
It's all right.
So this woman, Sandra, from her booking agency, got in touch with us. She became a Facebook friend of mine. We put her in touch with our woman in the States who works with us and Jesse Mallon. And voila, we had a tour of Europe, and it's wonderful. I'm having the best time of my life, and the band is more fun than ever because we get along good, so it's fun, and we laugh, and we play very well and very high energy. And here's the main thing: people are responding to it. It's not like we're coming and they're going, oh, we're coming. It's like this everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna build.
This is a Monday night, and we have the band, and it's just, for us, it's so gratifying to see it now, and people are freaking out at the shows. They're really loving it, and we're having a great time. So, the demand is out there for the band, and we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to come back every single year, do the whole circuit, the whole Europe, Western, Eastern, whatever we have to do, we're going to be doing it. Spain, Spain is a given. France is going to be a given now. So, next time we'll hit Paris.
Well, it's a given if when we came here, I was humble. I didn't know what to expect. And I thought, you know what? Doesn't matter. If it doesn't work out, it'll feel bad. That's what life is, right? But all I could do, there are things you can control, things you can't control. All I can control is what I do on stage. If I do what I do on stage and they like it, they'll come back. If they don't, they won't. It's that simple. That's it. There's no more big figuring anything out. That's it. I tend to believe that these kind of fans know the real rock and roll, like Iggy. People know that.
They obviously are the Dictators crowd, the genre. They obviously know everything about us, everything where we came from. The fact that we closed CBGB's, we were the final band to play with Tom.
34 times we played.
We played CBGB's 34 times.
You know what happens? A genre of music comes, and then it goes, and other genres take over. It turns into hardcore, turns into post-punk, blah 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 blah. then books are written, and then stories are told, and then a generation passes.
Legends grow, you know.
The first generation that passes is not that much interest. Then the second and third and fourth generation that pass, 20 years later, 30 years later, the mystique builds. Because now you're talking about, like for us, we're talking about England, about the British invasion, about swinging London. We read about that as kids. It was like, oh my God. The San Francisco, the Haight-Ashbury, the hippie scene, we read about that. You know, all these scenes, as the years go by, it's history. And history grows by stories and by... So all these kids here are like, you know, most of them didn't see the Dictators. Now they're 30 years removed. We're in books, and people are talking, and it's history, and it's exciting.
And you know what the great thing about it is that young kids are coming to the shows, and it's really, I mean, they know, they know the songs, they're like singing the lyrics back at us.
They're having a good time.
And they're having a good time, and we're having a good time. So that's just the secret of the band. I mean, you know, we have, right now we have the best touring band we've ever had, and we're absolutely delighted with the whole thing. So, you know, I mean, you know, it's just great. At this point, it's a wonderful thing, and we have our organization in place, and now it's going to be, watch out, watch the fuck out, because we're coming. We're coming like Christmas every year.
We're already talking about doing Scandinavia and other parts of Europe that we haven't hit.
We did hit
in April or May. Yeah. Other parts of Europe that we haven't hit. April or May, and then you know, maybe take a year off from Spain, maybe go back to Spain, maybe go, because these people love us. See, it's always good to work with people that love you. And they want to work hard for you.
And listen, it's the summertime here, okay? When we come, we're not going to come in the summertime again. Next time we come, it's going to be when everyone's back. And what you're going to see, you see the results. And we're just delighted to be here, really are. Rich and I mean, we're delighted to be here, and
yeah,
you know, we're just having a great time.
I tell people
it's great. I mean, you know, it's actually revenge of the Dictators. You know, I told you so. You know, so we're just delighted.
I tell people, it's like I said on stage tonight. I turn CNN on, BBC News. I get depressed. I get sad. The world. I turn off. I haven't put the TV on in 3 days. I'm on my computer, making fun, jokes, pictures of the tour, cracking jokes with my friends, laughing. I'm traveling around the world, getting paid money to play rock and roll and to be loved by people. What the fuck? I have nothing to complain about.
Nah, it's a beautiful thing.
You know what I mean? It's perfect. Perfect. You know how many people would like to be in my position? There's a lot of people up here that are above that position. But there's a lot of people here who get in vans. I've had people tell me, as long as you break even or come home with a few bucks, you're doing okay. And I thought, wow, we do better than that. I can't go out at my age with a kid and come home with no money. Hi, hon, I'm a rock star. I came home with no money. You know what I mean? I can't do that. I gotta make money. I got a kid. I got mouths to feed. He's buying cocktail waiters. You couldn't get a better at the bar. We do Godfather nights.
Yeah, Godfather. It's all day, 24/7 for us.
Yeah. There was a place in New York City called the Electric Circus, and it was an amazing rock and roll place. I was 15 years old. The year was do your math, 1969, and I saw a man named Iggy with his band The Stooges at the Electric Circus, and he was wearing gold spandex underwear, glitter all over his body. He cut himself open, he was bleeding. Little skinny guy, 90 pounds soaking wet, with big buggy blue eyes.
The local bands to come to get a chance to play in front of bigger crowds. Okay, we're very concerned about promoting their careers. You know, it's not up to us who plays. We want the promoters. Everyone has the club. Everyone wants to come. We want the opening bands, the support, whatever they come, to try to get in front of the most people, to help them, because we know how hard it is for young bands, for rock and roll bands. I certainly know, I produce bands, and all of us do work in the industry, so we all know how hard it is in the music business today And if they could help themselves off us, we're more than happy to do that. You know, we actually we insist on it. When we started, okay, I mean, by this time of the second record, the first record, no one knew anything. I mean, people were just couldn't understand what
75.
75. No one knew what the wrestling thing, the wrestling connection was.
A bunch of kids, teenagers, 19, 20, 21, who thought we were the coolest guys in the world, and we were, but nobody else thought so.
But you know, then the band changed. The band changed.
Now,
well,
wait a minute. But now, it's like if you want to go back, artists in history who did great art, whether it was literary writing or fine art, and they died, and then 80, 100 years later, oh my God, they were geniuses. That record was a failure. 40 years later, was it a failure? Economically, yes, but aesthetically and historically, I have fathers coming into the bar and sons telling me, my father turned me on to this record, it's the greatest record. So that record has turned out to be an important record in punk rock and roll history.
Well, here's the thing. Here's about the Revenge of the Dictators, which I'm so into, you know, wreaking on the world. Uncut Magazine this year in London, a London-based Uncut Magazine said, had the Dictators Go Curl Crazy, our first record, was the greatest American punk rock record of all time. I mean, I'll show you to you right on I have it on my computer. You know, it eclipsed the Ramones, the Runaways, Patti Smith, everybody. Number one, Dictators Go Crazy, number one. And when it came out, we were mocked. We were like, everyone said, ah, these guys are a fucking bunch of assholes. These are fucking morons.
We are.
We are basically, we know that. But you know what? We are having the last laugh right now. We are having the last laugh because we're going to London and playing the Garage after the beautiful France. We're gonna go. We have a big spot at the Rebellion Festival in London, in Blackpool, excuse me. And you know what? It's the best thing for me. I mean, I'm just so happy
because you know why? People are happy when they get theirs. I interviewed Alice Cooper for my radio program. You know what I got from him? A sweet, happy man. A man that had all the things in life he needed and wanted. So therefore, he can afford to be gracious and kind to other people.
He's a gentleman.
You know what I mean? Like, I got a beautiful wife, a beautiful family, good health, I play rock and roll, I make a lot of money, I travel, I play golf. I'm happy, so it's like, there's nothing, like when I talk to you, hi, how you doing, you all right? You know what I mean? He was like so wonderful to meet, and so generous and kind.
Richard has a great show, if you don't know, at Sirius.
I do a show for Little Steven.
On Sirius XM.
You can actually get it on
you buy it, you can get it. Right?
It's like $10 a month or something.
He has a great show.
It's 140 channels, and Little Steven has one.
Little Steven Underground.
Underground Garage, and I do a show for him, National America, every day. There is no business, they steal everything.
Right. There is no more record business anymore. Now, I personally know about selling a lot of records, I mean, with Manowar and all the, you know, my history, but it's it's a total different...
We grew up, we would go Saturday afternoon, and we would go shopping. We'd get a hamburger and French fries, American fries. We'd get a hamburger and French fries, and then we went to the record store, and we looked around, and we bought a record.
Every week things were coming out, not 3 or 4 releases.
And it was a big part of our cultural experience. Yeah. Now, I don't understand kids. It's like, oh, if I could get it for free, I don't care. Well, if musicians don't make money, there'll be no more music.
Well, you know what?
You'll have nothing to listen to.
Here's the thing about certain things. Metal fans, they like to buy the real deal. They you know. So I don't know who's buying the fucking other shit. I don't know who's raping us. I think it's unfortunate because if you rape the band, if you steal from us, you know, it makes it harder to come around. And it makes it harder for new bands to come around. Okay? So bands have to bleed blood to get, you know, it's very hard. I mean, you know, it's not what it used to be, but you know what? You got to be strong. You have to be strong now. I mean, you have to be great live. That's another thing. That's another thing. That this whole stealing and ripping, you know, if you can't play live, if you can't do your thing live, then you're done. You just might as well stop playing.
Yeah, it's another simple philosophy that we have. You either work or you go to school. Very few people are just rich coming into rock and roll. So if you work or go to school, I think this is a self-conscious thing. I think, wow, we're doing an important thing. Because what we're doing, you work all week, it's hard. Most people don't love their jobs.
Most people aren't even working.
You go to school, the weekend comes or a Monday or Tuesday comes, you see in the paper, oh, Dictators, oh, it's not that expensive. Oh, they have a few drinks, they get a nice little buzz, and they hear music, and they watch these people be excited, and we give energy back and forth, and they leave sweating and dancing and happy. And we give them something.
Yeah.
And we get something back. It's a wonderful thing. And that's from my heart. It's a wonderful thing that we do. I feel blessed that I can do that on this earth. Because the radio is not enough. The radio is I sit in a room, I talk into a microphone. I need that immediate gratification. I need that love right away, right back.
For me, you know, I live for those the hour or an hour and a half on stage, whatever we do. I mean,
23 hours of tough stuff for 1 hour.
23 hours of listening to you talk.
Yeah.
But
for 1 hour.
You know, it's to me. I mean, that 1 hour. It's strange to me because I've been playing for so long. I mean, but that 1 hour is just whatever it is.
It's magic.
It's magic. It's to me. It's better than sex, girls. But you know, it really is that guitar.
I don't say, you know.
No, it is.
Somebody said to me, "There's a restaurant called Becco. It's owned by a very famous Italian chef in New York, and they make a veal chop. It's the finest veal you could buy, and they pound it this thin on the bone. It's this big on the plate, with the little red sauce and mozzarella, with a thick, crunchy breadcrumb, like a panko breadcrumb." So someone said to me, "If sex is not better than what you're doing, you're not having good sex." I said, "Well, when I'm eating my veal chop, I like the veal chop better. When I'm having sex, I like the sex better. Whatever I'm doing, that's what I like better. It's not better than the other."
Well, you know, it's for us. It's truly, it's great. You know, it's just a great thing right now. So we're having such a great time, and the people are having such a great time. They're responding. They responded in Germany. They responded in Bratislava on a Monday night last Monday. We're playing Bratislava last Monday night in the Eastern Bloc, the former Eastern Bloc, and it's packed. I mean, you know, it's a great thing.
I walked in here. I haven't been to France since 1977. I see this cute young girl with blonde hair jumping up and down going, "I can't believe you're here. We are so happy to see you." I'm like, immediately in a great mood, ready to put on a great show. How could that, you know, that's you know, Steve Van Zandt, there's magic in rock and roll. We talk about that. There's magic. There's a reason why people reacted to the Beatles and the Stones, and I'm not saying we're on that level. You know, but on whatever level we're on, there's a magic involved. And people respond to that. It's a magic in rock and roll. That's what we believe. It's an intangible.
We still believe in the magic of rock and roll. We really do.
The band, drink.
I drink alcohol sometimes. We're pretty very straight edge band. I mean, you know, little stuff. I mean, there's no problems. There's no issues in our band. I mean, we're kind of boring with that, but we're over that. I mean, we're living. We're living. We made it through the 70s without people dying in the band.
See, in the 20s, in my 20s and 30s, 1 o'clock, if I met a girl, I don't care how late I get to bed. I don't care how little sleep I got. I would go with the girl. Now, at 1 o'clock in the morning, it's like we have to get up at 8:30 and leave at 10. I have to have a bite to eat for breakfast. I have to wake up, pack my bags, take a shower. I have to be in the van by a certain time. I have to get sleep. No, but that, you asked me. You said to me, do you take care of yourself? I have to do that.
You have
we
to.
played 11 shows in a row in 11 different cities. And we have 1 day off and now 5 shows in a row. And we sit in a van all day. If you don't, what I call, if you don't make deposits in your bank, you can't make withdrawals. If you don't make deposits in your body, you can't ask your body to work hard.
I gotta tell you.
I asked my body to work hard and you saw what happens.
I just did a tour with the Metal All Stars, and we did 10 shows, and we had to go to planes every day. We weren't traveling in bus or anything. We had to get up to go to lobby calls at 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Planes every day?
Yeah.
Oh, poor
But it's harder. It's harder than driving.
It's not hard.
Yes, it is.
No, sitting in a van
oh, yes, it
for
is.
6 hours with your neck going like this, drooling.
No.
Drooling. Stop! You're doing an interview.
Stop! I'm doing another one too. Stop.
What? Fox News? Fascist. He's a fascist.
Fascista.
Well, this band, all right, my opinion. I'm not trying to put anyone down or anything. Scott from the Del
Mr.
Lords,
Kempner.
excellent guitar player, and one of our brothers in the band. But he's busy with the Del Lords. He came on stage with us in Spain. He saw us. He goes, "Now I get it. Now I get why you guys want to do it. It's thrilling, and you should keep doing it forever."
Of course.
Andy, we just don't get along. It's just no big deal. You know, sometimes it's a relationship without the sex.
Yeah.
And in relationships, you know, the Dictators had a period. And that period was up to a certain time. And it's like a girlfriend, it's over. A book, a movie, it's over. You finish it, you put it in a box, you put it away. You can't go back and say, it sucked. It was great. We had a lot of fun and some of the greatest moments of my life. But it changed. And I'll leave that box of the Dictators alone. It was great. Now, we have our differences. He went his way, we went our way. And I think that he is a very smart, very talented guy. I don't think he's the greatest guy on stage live, exciting. I think Dean is more exciting. And Daniel is a very good guitar player, and Daniel sings well. And JP, our drummer, sings well. So we need that extra singing in the band. So we have a great bass player and really good singing. So I think, actually, in a lot of ways, the band sounds better and feels better.
Listen, I said before, we have the best touring band we've ever had. We're having more fun on stage. You good? We're having more fun on stage than ever, and we get better every night.
An audience sees the fun.
Yeah.
They feel the fun.
Yeah, and we get better every night.
When you're having a party and they're a part of the and they see you having fun, they love it. Because everyone's really smart in the band. We have enough of a body of work to tailor to the gig. For these gigs, which are our gigs where people come to see us, we want them to hear enough Dictator songs which they come to see, a couple of cover tunes. Certain bands, like we once opened up for Guns N' Roses. Everybody was there to see Guns N' Roses, 3,000 people. So we didn't play a set where like they're gonna sing songs because they don't know us. So what we did was play a set that we knew of Guns that was Dictators, but the pieces that we knew Guns N' Roses would react to. These are easy sets because we could pick from a long list of Dictator songs, a couple of covers. And the good news is, we're very close to finishing 2 new songs. So we should have a vinyl single
For our tour in Spain.
within the next, I don't want to say time.
No, it's going to be for Spain.
It's going to be close.
Oh, it's going to be for Spain.
So it's 2 new songs. It's a start.
And we do a lot of, we do covers. I always love to do covers. So did the Rolling Stones and the Who and the Beatles.
Well,
So,
the first album with the Rolling Stones, all Jagger and Richards, was Aftermath. It's like the 4th or 5th album. First album of all.
I've always loved doing cover songs, you know, and doing it our way, and like this song in Slow Death, the Flaming Groovy song Slow Death. I mean, you can see we Daniel and I we stretch out on guitar. We're able to do that, and it just shows that the band is on another level than the other band. You know, we're just on another level. I mean, let's face facts. We're just on another guitar level and musical level. We enjoy it, so we're doing it.
for that one.
Too fucking bad. We enjoy playing covers. We will change the set next time we come back. You know. So, and we have a lot of different songs to choose from. Our new songs we're going to be in the next time we come in, and so that's.
It's going to be very important to do a couple of new songs. Like, let's say we have 2, and we put 1 in the set. Just the fact that we have something new, even if it's a little bit as a start. Because I'm not into, we gotta have a lot. You go as fast as you go. If you're prolific and you can do 5, you do 5. If you're, you know, slower and it takes more time till you're happy, then you do it that way. Everyone works different. The box, leave the box alone.
Never.
Yeah. Very smart man told me that once. Murray Krugman, who signed Blue Oyster Cult, and he was one of our managers. He worked for Columbia Records, Murray Krugman. I talked to him a lot. He's a very bright man. He's a lawyer these days. And he said to me, Richard, did you have a great time doing the Dictators? That's where I got that philosophy from. I said, yes. He goes, when it was over and finished, the first generation, when it was done, and then you started doing little shows here and there. When that was done, when you look back, was it great and you had fun and you loved it? I said, yes. He goes, then leave it in the box, and that's what it was. And that's a great philosophy.
I'm going to say this. I know what you're talking. Listen, you're talking about Manowar redoing battle hymns, re-recording battle hymns, and re-recording Kings of Metal. Okay, I'm going to say it personally. I think they didn't have to do that. Okay, it was not necessary because the original records were fantastically legendary greatness, untouchable. Untouchable. You don't mess with that. Okay, but they choose to do it. You know, you want to base a whole world tour on that. Then base a whole world tour on that. Okay.
On what?
Manowar redid Battle Hymns, my first record, that I wrote most of all.
Why'd they redo it?
Well, I'm not going to say why they did it. He knows, but I'm not going to say why they did Kings of Metal, which they're doing right now. They're going around the world. Listen, more power to them. I love those guys. I mean, most of those guys, and you know. Do it. Okay, great. But you know what? Don't think it's any better than the original product that was coming out. That the marble, that the stone was casted on. That the frickin' the metal rock was formed on. Stop. Okay. Whatever you want to do, do. And I know that you're gonna hear it. Okay, buddy. So, it's great. All right, but. It didn't have to be. You didn't have to do it that way. I mean, if you're going to if Black Sabbath redoes their first record, who's going to be there?
Not me.
Well, who's going to be there? Is it going to be Bill Ward, the 4 original members?
No, you can't do something that captured a moment in history.
No, but at least
you can't redo that moment. Do a new fucking moment.
No, but Richard, they do. But at least the original members have to be there. Okay? I didn't get the call to come there to redo Battle Hymns, to redo Kings of Metal. Okay? With all these songs that I wrote on the record, okay? It's just done. You want to do it? No problem. Eric, I love him. I mean, come on. Alright? Don't mess with fucking history. That's my point.
But that's
my point.
That guy's band, right?
That's that guy's band.
It's his band,
right.
And he does what he wants.
Yeah, but you don't tread on that ground. I mean, I'm sorry. You don't do it. You don't do it. I mean, at least if the original band, like Twisted Sister, will redo their records, but at least the original band is, the little, we gotta get out, but the original band is on the record. Yes, sir. Well,
It's two parallel universes.
it's two parallel universes, you know.
They
it's
don't
like,
cross.
It's like,
I don't
how do you...
think any Man of War people come to see
They
the
do,
Dictators.
they do.
Very few.
They know a lot.
No, but the gray
They
area
do.
on a pie, the gray area is like 10% or something. You
Listen,
know?
if it wasn't just up to me about the Dictators, because I went and joined a French band called Shakin' Street, which everyone knows.
How many people who are Man of War fans know who the Flaming Groovies are, like our crowd?
None. Well, they do. He does. But you know what? If
you're smart.
If the Dictators would have continued, which, you know, at the time it didn't happen, and I joined Shakin' Street because the Dictators were off. So Sandy got me the job in Shakin' Street. So I mean, who knows what would have happened? It's second guessing. To say that I'm in a new band called Death Dealer, a new metal band called Death Dealer that's starting to do very, very, very well, and we'll be coming around. But the most important thing is the Dictators will be on the circuit every year now. And listen, there's two types of music in this world, right? There's good and there's bad, and we play good, and Death Dealer plays good, and all the products that our boys do are good. So. If I'm trying, they want me to.
There's only so much Ross to go around.
I got so busy. I am so busy. I love my German band. I love them. I'm trying to figure out how to do 3 bands at one time. But they deserve it too. And we've sold a lot of records. We've sold a lot of CDs. So I'm trying.
Thanks a lot.
Our pleasure. I'm Handsome Dick Manitoba, lead singer of the Dictators NYC, and I fucking love Italian Magazine. Love.
Ross the Boss here, from the Dictators NYC, from Death Dealer, from Ross the Boss Band. This is the best magazine in metal world. Italian. Hell.